The fastest way to sleep with a woman is not try to sleep with her. Her whole life, she's like dodging penis. You're like, wait a second, he's not trying to drop, boom, stick her out.
Every man starts dating with a dream of finding her. A girl who sees you for who you are, who loves everything about you, even your flaws. She's your soulmate, your peace, your future. But then that girl breaks your heart. And that's when the modern dating advice comes in to save you. Because loving a woman puts you at risk, but keeping them at a distance and dating multiple at the same time, that keeps you safe and satisfies your ego. They say women are incapable of love and all women care about is clout, money, and status. And for a second when you follow this advice, it works. But deep down, you're still empty, and maybe, just maybe, you started believing the dream of having a woman that fuels your purpose, who builds a life with you and has a family with you. Wait, no, I can't believe that. That's just a fantasy. But what if I told you that's not a fantasy, but you've simply been lied to? So in this video, I'm going to dissect modern men's dating advice by reacting to several viral clips. But before diving into these clips, let's talk about the belief that fuels all of men's toxic dating advice online: hypergamy. Hypergamy is the idea that women want to date a man who's socioeconomically higher than them, or a woman wants to trade up. According to their logic, if I was dating a girl and she met a guy who made more money than me, she would leave me for him because of hypergamy. And that no matter how loyal or even Christian she seems, the second they find someone better, they're gone. This belief causes men to approach dating out of fear. I can't trust this girl because she's definitely looking for the next guy. And that's how men get trapped and block true love and joy from their lives. But here's the truth they don't tell you. It doesn't define all women. Godly women don't date that way. Women who love themselves and know who they really are aren't looking for a better wallet. They're looking for men who are going after their God-given purpose and want to follow them because they're worth following. And I can tell you from personal experience, I've seen some of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen dating some pretty ugly dudes. And in my former ego brain, I'd say I'm better looking than them, I'm more muscular than them, I probably make more than them. Yet they're dating that guy. It doesn't make any sense. And that proved to me that divinely led women aren't hypergamous. And if you find women who are hypergamous, you probably don't want to be dating them anyways.
Women nowadays, a lot of them are even being truthful, and they will flat out say, I don't like a man if he likes me. Okay? So at first, I thought that this was completely wild. When I first started dating, I was like, whoa, this is so wild. Like, if you like a girl, isn't she supposed to like you back? Or if you show that you're attracted to a woman, doesn't she naturally want to reciprocate that attraction and reciprocate that interest? Women will oftentimes only want to truthfully be with the men who don't want them, and women don't want you to like them, and they don't want you to know this because then they are going to lose the leverage and the power in these relationships that they have held for so long.
This idea right here has literally become gospel in the modern dating space. Here's the truth. Women who don't like guys who like them are emotionally unavailable. If showing someone love causes them to dislike you, that's a mental disorder and there's something wrong in here. These are women with abandonment wounds, chaotic upbringings, and or broken father relationships. And deep down, don't believe they're deserving of love because of their upbringings, that they self-sabotage any good relationship they have. So women who are like this are unhealthy women that are broken. This guy's advice is not female nature. It's actually unhealed trauma, which is more common than most people think. If you're a guy constantly chasing women who don't like you back, it's because you also have unhealed wounds, as you are trauma bonding with a woman. Deep down, you also don't believe you're deserving of love either, because you attract who you are.
Every single thing in our reality is a direct mirror. So your partner is always going to be a mirror to you. If you are someone right now that lacks self-love, lacks worthiness, and lives in fear, then this partner that you attract into your life is going to be an exact representation of everything that you lack within yourself. Your dream partner is probably someone that has self-love. Attract this into your life, then you have to become someone that has self-love.
But for now, if you want to attract a secure, loving woman, you must start doing the healing you've been avoiding, which is what I do in my private community with my Faith and Mental Health Mastery program, which helps you go step by step into building a relationship with God. So I'll leave a link in the description, so I'll see you when you join.
Women don't fall in love with you. They fall in love with the lifestyle you can give them because they're selfish. They don't love you. They love the fact that you can protect them and provide for them and take care of them and make them laugh and make their problems go away and take them on holidays and buy them handbags. That's what they love about you. And then they sit and think they love you. But if you stop doing those things, both of you will find out very quickly that she never loved you at all.
Here's what nobody talks about. Men do the same thing to women. We chase looks, we chase their body, we chase their attention. Then we get mad when women do the same thing with money in our lifestyle. This is not a gender issue, it's a superficiality issue. If you idolize money, you'll attract a woman who idolizes money. If you chase clout, you will attract a woman who only values your fame. So yeah, if your identity is built off of external validation, you'll attract a woman who only wants that part of you. And at that point, the relationship is just a transaction because you and that woman need each other just to feel like you're enough and not to be alone. But here's the other side. When you become a godly man, you will attract a godly woman. Not because you're perfect, but because your heart is rooted in something deeper, and that's Jesus Christ. When you love Jesus more than the woman or the stuff that got you the woman, that's the only scenario you and a woman can actually have a loving relationship. Pre-selected is the primary driver of attraction according to this guy Casey Zander, which is the idea that women only like men who are dating other women, or at the very least who can date other women. But if you want to stop attracting women who feel this way, who like these things about you, then you must stop basing your worth on things like how much you earn or how many women you get. And to actually succeed in a self-improvement journey, you must overcome that.
Okay, this one's going to probably make you a little angry, but I'm going to tell you the truth here. Women are not aroused by your masculinity, being a good upstanding man, being smart, making good money, having high status and competency. Oh no, 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 no. This goes way deeper than that. Women are aroused by these 3 letters, and the word is called sin, okay? So as soon as you think that you're so cool because you're this noble, upstanding, masculine man, as soon as a dude comes along smelling like marijuana and whiskey, and all of a sudden he has 2 forearm sleeves of tattoos, he's probably going to be the one who's going to end up sleeping with her. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. I can't control that. That's just how the world works. Don't blame me. Blame the universe. Blame Mother Nature. Blame God if you want to. But that's the truth. I've been doing this enough years to see what women respond to and what they don't. And I can tell you this, right now in America, right now throughout the whole world, we have a bunch of overqualified men, not underqualified men. We have overqualified men trying to sell themselves to women for a relationship saying, please pick me. And this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen because most of you are just trying way too hard.
Women who love bad boys are addicted to chaos. They're not turned on by abuse. They're addicted to instability. It reminds them of home and their upbringing, even if it was bad. It reminds them of the trauma and the unpredictability, which their nervous system is used to. Our minds and our lives love familiarity so bad, and that's even if it's bad, as change to your mind is too scary. Bad boys aren't confident, they're just not afraid to be offensive. And that's what women prefer because it's more real. But I took this too far in my dating experience to where I'd act like I don't like them, and like little things like that sure worked for the meantime, but I was blocking off authentic interaction, which is why I'll say being a bad boy or a nice guy, neither one of those are the answer. Because you don't need to be a bad boy, but rather, wait for it, you need to be yourself. This may cause more women to think you're unattractive, and good, because you weren't compatible with them anyways. Modern dating and modern dating advice is the king at getting guys to date and hook up with girls they have no business interacting with.
Can I ask you one more question?
Fire away, honey.
Okay. If you have only one place in your heart for one woman, or you want to have one woman in your heart, I think you said, why don't you just commit to one and choose to be faithful to her?
I'm just not wired that way. I spent my whole 20s trying to fix myself. Thought something was
You're a man
wrong
of
with me.
self-control. You work out, you do business.
Yeah.
You can possess your own power and direct it the way you want to direct it.
It's just not how I am. It's not how I am.
You think that might be a limited mindset?
I think it's none of your business, but I don't want you to think I'm triggered by you. I'm not.
Okay.
I saw somebody say that, and I think that's interesting. I think you're annoying, but I'm not triggered. You know what I'm saying? No, you are. You're annoying in like this goody two-shoes type way, and that's fine. I'm going to live my life on my terms, unapologetically, like truly. So you can ask me this 85 different ways. At the end of the day, I'm going to walk out of here the same man.
Sleeping around isn't confidence or alpha male status and glory, it's coping. Because sex with women you don't respect and random women is trying to find validation and meaning in the meaningless. A godly man doesn't not want to sleep with other women because sure, our temptations would make us do that, but because of his relationship and his heart with God, he doesn't want to. You can't build a legacy if your time, energy, and focus is being drained by women you don't respect. You barely know a person, yet you're doing the the most physically, mentally, and spiritually bonding thing you could ever do with the person. Real masculinity is not defined by how many women you can sleep with, a lesson that took me far too long to learn, but it is measured by how you can lead and the woman you are leading. And you don't need more bodies, but you need purpose, and that purpose begins with Jesus. And we all want purpose. We also want a woman who wants us for us. And the only way you can get that is when you stop playing these games these guys are teaching you how to play, but instead you step into truth that can only be stepped into when you step away from this promiscuity and step into the man you were supposed to be. And I can help you get there when you join my private community on a free trial, because again, this course will change your life. It will show you how to love yourself by loving God, which will then in turn put you in a position where you can actually love a woman. Check out that link in the description. And you must step into your purpose, and that means being confident. And being confident doesn't mean being humble in the eyes of the world. So check out this video on being humble and why it's a lie. Thank you for watching. See you next time.